Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Swadan here. Welcome back to another Rocket League discussion video. And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about kind of what does Rocket League and quote unquote Epic Games need to do to really kind of bring back the player base of Rocket League. Now, I'm not saying that Rocket League is completely dead by any aspect, but it is slowly, very, very slowly dying. Like, not to an extent of like a stock market crash, but it's more of like a slow, very slow decline. And obviously with the recent trading removal, that kind of took a dip. Like, that took a big dip. But at the end of the day, you know, I am very upset obviously about the trading removal, but a lot of people still play for the gameplay, the competitive gameplay, even the casual gameplay. But something that we've been noticing for this year and for a while now, even before Rocket League trading got removed, is they've kind of neglected the game a little bit. Now, I'm not saying there hasn't been new items. We've known there's new items. But talking about a game that can absolutely do anything and they choose not to. Now, this is going to be something a little controversial, but Psyonix also had the opportunity to do this, but I do understand Psyonix was a little bit of a smaller company when they were just owning Rocket League, so you had to give them some slack. They took a while to do maybe some updates, but you got to also realize they also gave us some of the best game modes, updates, everything like that when they were a company, even a small company. So it really did show that Psyonix still cared. Remember Beach Blast? Remember the 90s or the 80s themed? Like, it was like 3 weeks of 80s themed. Still one of the greatest events of all time. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it was like the Sunset Wheels, and it had Back to the Future. It had all those Ecto 1 and 80s themed for like a month straight. That is something that I'm talking about. We got new game modes. We got Beach Ball. We had all these new things, and I feel like we haven't had something like that in a really long time. And let me show you what I'm kind of talking about here. So back when it was the beach event Rocket League, I'm pretty sure it was the beach event in Rocket League. It was so cool. Rocket League Radical Summer 4 years ago. Still one of the greatest events that we've had. But this is still something that we haven't seen in a really, really long time. Like, this trailer, first of all, is still one of the best trailers of all time, by the way. We had every single car. We had the Goonies, it seems like. We had E.T., Back to the Future, Ecto 1, Knight Rider. Like, all this stuff. We had also new game modes. So that's the thing. That's the difference between, granted, this game mode wasn't the best, but it was something new. This is something that we haven't seen in a while. We had items. We had free items, right? So we had the Knight Rider, which was a paid one, right? Then we got to this next scene here. This was a cool scene, by the way. Then we got to this next scene here, where it was these. These were all free. You had to complete challenges to get them done. That is awesome. You had the option to buy, and you also had the option to get free stuff. On top of that, you also had brand new game modes. So it was a mixture of everything that Rocket League is missing. Game mode, event, free items, events, and also paid items. Perfect combination. You had Ghost Hunt. Then you had Beach Ball. You had the introduction of, or this one's Spike Rush. You had the introduction of Spike Rush. Then on top of that, you also had Beach Ball. Like, and then this is obviously, so here it is. This is the full month. So we had 80s Blockbuster from June 10th to June 30th. Then you had 80s Culture from July 1st to July 21st. 80s Television on July 22nd to August 11th. And then obviously we had a Last Chance Redemption to gather some other things. A whole month and a half of items, events, and game modes. That's what they need to do to bring this game back. This is what needs to happen. This fits the category of everyone. Casual players, competitive players, maybe, you know, that's their own separate, that's like their own separate type of thing. But you have the competitive players kind of off in their own, but you have the casual players, the item collectors, the like event people. let's take a look at a little bit of recently of their newest stuff. May the 4th be with you, Rocket League. No event. New items. New items. No event. No game mode. Nothing. City Slam. No event. No game mode. Just items. Free items, though. But, you know. Then you had Season 14. I'm not going to talk about that. Obviously, that's just something that they always did. I'm never gonna hate on the Rocket Pass, by the way. Never. Because it's meant to happen. But, look at this. Look at this. From Rocket League Season 13 to Rocket League Season 14, there was nothing. And also of Rocket League, Titanium White Octane and Black Octane. But like this, Severian Crew, brand new items, no free items, no event. Mandalorian Mayhem, not even a rocket, not even an event, just items to pay for, right? Then you had Lightning McQueen and stuff like that. But like, just, this is crazy, man. Like, if we take a look at like their older videos, you could just see the difference between like the two. Like, you had the Jurassic World, which obviously they're going to come out with every so often. You had the Rocket League items and stuff like that. Radical Summer, I mean, that was just awesome. Birthday Ball, man, I mean, granted, that one wasn't as good. Most of it was paid items, but still, you had all of those. And like, if we go to oldest here, like, you know, that's just something. Wow, no, I've never actually seen the oldest. I've never been back there. But like, I just feel like they're like, this is when they were experimenting. You had Starbase Art, granted not the best, but you still had like new stuff. You had, you know, Champions Field. You had new items coming out. You had new game modes coming out. You had all this stuff. The MLB Fan Pack. I wish I bought that, by the way. That's something that I wish. There was just stuff. The Haunted Hollows events. Like, that's what this game needs to do to bring back. They need items. They need an event. They need, like, they just need new game modes, basically. I mean, this was awesome. Like, the Haunted Hollows Stranger Things. I didn't like it because I just didn't like the Stranger Things type style. I was never a fan at the time. Now, being a fan, I do enjoy it. But it came with a new map. It came out with new game modes. And also on top of that, it had items for free. They were all for free, by the way. Literally everything was for free. So that's just something that I think that really needs to bring. It needs like, that's what it needs to do. It needs to fit the player base for every single person in Rocket League. And granted, you can't make everyone happy. You know, I'm not going to say that. But, I mean, there's been no new game modes. There's been basically, like, Knockout was our most recent one. But there's been no new game mode changes. There's been no new events. Nothing to be excited for in Rocket League. And it really hurts the soul, to be honest with you. It really does, because, like, that's what they need to do to keep this game going. They really do. Like, you know, you see like Call of Duty, like, that's obviously dying, but that's because their fault. Obviously, Rocket League is going downhill a little bit. I'm not going to say it's dying, but to bring it back to life, they need to do what they kind of did way back when, which was come out with new stuff, but also have gameplay updates, event items for free, as well as, you know, like, you know, new maps and stuff like that. I feel like they just don't, and I'm not just talking about put grass on a field or anything like that, but like, they need to come out. They need to go back to experimenting, I think. I really do think they do. Like, Drop Shot, man. 7 years ago, Drop Shot. Rumble, 7 years ago, and they're still all in the game. I mean, like, jeez, dude. Rocket Labs limited time mode, like, those types of stuff, like, it's just something that they need to do. And, you know, we haven't really seen this. Even this, Rocket League Summer Road Trip. This was awesome. This laid out everything. It was the Knight Rider bundle, it was the Back to the Future and the Jurassic World. That's how we knew, you know, stuff was going. But it was just that type of stuff. And it's just something that I miss. So that's something that I think that's what needs to happen to bring. I mean, Radical Summer, like I said, is absolutely peak for when, for including everybody. Where is that video, actually? There it is. Like, that's what they need to do, I think, to bring it back. This was peak. They had DLC, they had free items, they had brand new events, and just an entire thing of like a month. This was a month worth of item. By the way, this trailer is phenomenal. 80s, like, that's a whole month, man. Oh, give us something to get excited for, you know? So yeah, that's what I think needs to happen. I know this is the last probably discussion video on this topic, but I really wanted to make this, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next episode.